Hey there, welcome to the Flow Lab channel where we discuss psychology, flow states and mental fitness. My name is Ava and I'm psychologist and head of content at Flow Lab. If you haven't done so already, it would mean a lot if you subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate your support. Don't we all know these cringe moments at work?
Man, this project really stresses me out. The deadline, man.
Yeah, it's the same. We really have to get this finished.
Hey, why aren't koalas considered bears? Because they don't have the right qualifications. Like, you know, koala qualifications, like
Okay.
the word game. No.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Anyways, yeah,
Yeah.
we really need to get this finished. Like our boss,
Yeah.
like he will kick us out.
Hey, Jennifer.
Hi.
Should we wait for the others?
Yeah, let's do it.
Just a minute or two.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. How are you?
Great, thanks. You?
Good, yeah.
Nice. Who hasn't been in an awkward situation like this before? Acting clumsy for no reason, making tense small talk when waiting for others to join the meeting, or a silly joke that is met with awkward silence. Let us know your most awkward moments at work in the comments. I'm sure we're all sitting in the same boat. In the meantime, let's talk about how to stop being socially awkward at work. But first of all, why are these moments so awkward in the first place? No matter how uncomfortable it may be, what we feel is actually no more than a sign of social transgression. By blushing, making our heart pound like mad and feeling this cringe inside us, our body wants to tell us that we didn't behave according to the social norm and encourage us to correct our behavior and stay in line with others. Some researchers believe we become increasingly more awkward as we spend more time socializing online rather than in the real world. In fact, 39% of Americans spend more time socializing online than face-to-face. And that's important because the social etiquette is different online compared to our real-life interactions. When sitting in front of the screen rather than another person, we unlearn to read the room and interpret certain social cues that we normally adapt our behavior to. In a study from 2013, participants who preferred online communication over real-life interactions also showed poorer social skills and less ability to perform according to social norms when interacting face-to-face. Because the tricky thing is that these are often unspoken rules, scripts of how to communicate with your team, for example, in contrast to your friends, how to stand in the elevator, or what kind of humor is accepted in a certain context. Sometimes, especially when not knowing the others very well, it's not always easy to unveil these unspoken rules. But we'll get feedback afterwards, for example, in the form of pure embarrassment. And this can reveal a lot about ourselves and what's important to us. When you deconstruct the situation, what's the norm you're digressing from? Is it the norm to be polite and not interrupt others? Is it the norm to leave personal issues outside the office? The unspoken rule to leave some space when choosing your urinal? Or perhaps you realized that jokes below the belt were super common at your old job, but in your new job, you get no more than a questioning look. If you ask yourself this question, which norm you're digressing from, repeatedly, it may be that you realize that it's always the same norm or norms from a similar category or context that you're deviating from. And once you've developed more awareness of that, you can decide to either do your best to stay in line with others so you don't attract attention, or you change your perspective and in turn your feelings for the better. If you bring this reflection to a more abstract level, you could ask yourself how conformist and agreeable you tend to be.
Thank you.
Do you tend to tiptoe around, doing your best to please others?
Oh, now we have to refill it. Oh, sorry.
Do you bite back some jokes, ideas, suggestions for improvement because you fear others' mockery? And yes, conforming to the group is probably the line of least resistance sometimes, but it's not always what feels best. In order to make this feeling of awkwardness pass, there's one strategy you want to know about. Own it. Own your awkwardness. The moment you name it, you'll see that the overwhelming shame becomes weaker. It helps you to reduce pressure and adopt a humorous attitude instead. There was actually a study exploring how different reactions to awkward moments affected people's feelings. And they found that when ignoring the cringe moment and trying to suppress it, all the negative feelings became even stronger. On the other hand, when addressing it, trying to make things right or perhaps making a joke about it, something categorized among psychologists as approach behavior, people were able to restore social harmony. Imagine how much mental capacity you'll gain when feeling less self-conscious because you're less afraid of mishaps. So if you wish the ground would open and swallow you up, take a deep breath, own it, and remind yourself of the upside of being awkward. Isn't it true that being awkward makes us approachable in a way? Who really wants to be perfect if they can be unique or funny? That's why so many characters in series are portrayed as socially awkward, clumsy, and social blunders. If you allow yourself to take a step back, you may realize that this can actually be very likable. So when we recall the situations we used as examples in the beginning of this video, like the awkward silence when waiting for others to join the meeting, how else would it have felt to just say something like,
God, I love these awkward moments when joining a meeting. You know, I never know what to say. It's too little time to tell a story, but too much time to just sit it out, right?
So true.
I'm sure your counterpart would have been thankful for this direct comment too. Or why not embracing the awkwardness after a bad joke? If you take it with humor and accept the role of the person with the worst anti-jokes, you'll see how your emotions will change too, and how you won't be overly self-conscious before telling a joke next time again. And fun fact, there was another interesting study exploring social awkwardness in the context of play. One of the things that is usually considered socially awkward is physical proximity, so being physically too close to the other person. There are many games though, perhaps you know Twister for example, where you move or position yourself in a weird way that would usually be considered awkward. In that study, the researchers used a game where two people had to hug a pillow-like controller together, only with their torsos. So the two players were close to each other and made weird movements. Also, it was kind of public as the study was conducted at a conference where other people could watch the participants play. But what they found was that once they overcame the cringiness and entered into a state of playfulness, they were able to find flow. So they enjoyed the experience and were able to shift their focus on what they were doing instead of how they might have been perceived by others. These unspoken rules that are sometimes hard to grasp were made explicit. The situation wasn't as awkward anymore because this behavior, in this case being very close to the other player, could be justified with the game rules. And if we apply this to our everyday life, it again comes down to this one strategy. Own the awkwardness. By making it explicit, you'll see that it becomes easier to stay composed and take it with humor. And with these impulses in mind, I hope you'll feel forearmed to cope with any awkward moments awaiting you in the future. Feel free to share your most awkward moments at work in the comments below. And if you like this video, I'd appreciate if you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Take care and see you next time.
Did you know that? You go,
No, yeah. So,
did
do
you
you
know
think
that I have? You go first. Sorry.
no, okay, go ahead.
Okay.